Okay, good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to everyone attending here. Thank you for being here with us. Today, we are going to see a demo session for chess. So, your active participation in is important throughout the session. So right now, everyone is on mute. So, to avoid background noises that might distract you from listening the session. Just a little more housekeeping before we get started. So if you have any questions during the demo session, please type them in a question box. As the chat section is disabled, so we'll bring them up during the session, and we'll also have time for questions at the end. So now, without any further delay, I will now hand over the session to Lakshmi sir and Shilpi ma'am. Shilpi ma'am, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Shailesh sir. A very good evening to all of you. And my name is Dr. Shilpi Jain. And today I'm here to start up with the chess demo session and with my coach, Lakshmi Narayan sir. So before we just proceeded, I just tell you that why the chess is very important. As you all are very much aware of that why we are just learning the chess. Because the chess is a kind of a game which can promote the brain growth of a child. It can improve your child creativity. It can also help us to promote the problem solving skills, and as well as we can just learn a more concentration. So these are certain benefits of the chess. So this can give you, an idea, and you just able to learn more. You can focus on your daily activities. So these are a kind of a learning that one can enhance by learning a chess. So we have a Lakshmi Narayan sir who is having a FIDE rating of 2200, and he is a candidate master. So he is going to tell you more about the chess. So over to you, Lakshmi sir. Yes. Sir, you can share your screen.
Students, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, students. So I'm just going to give you an introduction about the chess pieces and the board. Okay, so this is the king with the crown on top of it. Okay. So the king value of the king is priceless. The king has no value in chess, and this is the important piece in chess. And next to the king, you can see the queen. The queen is worth 9 points. You can see the queen. Next to the king is the queen. So the queen is worth 9 points. Okay. And next to the queen is the bishop. This one we call it as the bishop. And this piece, the value of this piece is 3 points. And next to the bishop is the knight. Okay. This one is the knight, and its value is 3 points. And this piece in the corner, you can see here. This one is the rook. Okay, so the value is 5 points. And these on top, you can see. So these are the pawns. Okay. So value of a pawn is 1 point. Okay, pawn is basically 1 point. So once again, I repeat: king is priceless. Queen is 9 points. Bishop is 3. Knight is 3. Rook is 5. Pawn is 1 point. Okay. Okay. Now I'll tell how it works actually. Okay. When you start the board, you have to make sure your right hand corner, bottom, this square, is white in color. That means you have set the board correctly. Your right hand corner, bottom square should be white in color. If you're playing white, or even if you're playing black also, you should check this. The right hand corner, bottom square, that should be in white in color. If it's black in color, then you have set the board wrongly. Okay, so this is the thing. And I'll just show how to set these pieces. Okay, when we remove the board, I'm just removing all the pieces. Okay, so first thing we can check the right hand corner should be white in color. Yes. And okay, so here it will be confusing where to place the king and the queen. So these two squares will be confusing. So basically, you should keep the white queen on the white square and the king on the black square. So white queen comes in the white square, and next to The queen is the king. Okay, next to the king, we can add one bishop next to the king and also one bishop next to the queen. Okay, and a knight next to the bishop and a knight there also next to the bishop. And here you can see a rook here and a rook there. Okay, students. So this is the setup. And above this, you can add pawns. Pawns, one pawn above each pieces. Can you see that, students? So this is basically the board setup. Okay. So here too, you can add. First, you can same setup. King here and the black queen on black. Okay, and remaining things are easy. Okay. Okay, students. So I'm just going to show some very important things in chess. Okay, so now you know the value of the pieces. The value of the king is priceless. The queen is 9 points. The bishop is 3, and the knight is 3, and the rook is 5 points, and the pawn is 1 point. Okay, and here you can see there are some vertical lines. You see, down it is written A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And in the side, you can always see it is written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Isn't it, students? So these are like used to represent the name of the square in chess. Each square has a name. In chessboard, if you take each and every square has a name. Okay, so the name, to represent the name, I'll just show these squares. So this algebraic notation is used. For example, let's say I'm just drawing a vertical lines from top to the bottom. You see, I'm drawing some vertical lines. So these lines, vertical lines, are known as files. Okay, so let me write it down. Vertical lines are known as files. The vertical lines are files. Okay, students. You can check here. I have written. So the vertical lines are called as files, and you can see this files always starts with the letters. So this complete row is the A file, and next one the complete row. You see down, you can see which file it is in. So this one is the B file, and the next one is the C file. Likewise, we have till H file. So total we have 8 files. Okay. So A file, B file, C file, D file, till H file. So these are the vertical lines, and they are called files. So files, you see down it is written A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay. Okay. The next one, what you're going to learn is the ranks. So these are the horizontal lines. Okay. The horizontal lines. You can see here. The horizontal lines are known as ranks. Okay. The horizontal lines are known as ranks, and the ranks starts with the numbers. Okay. So let me write it here. So the horizontal lines are called as ranks. Okay. So the ranks usually starts with the numbers. Here you can see this entire row. We can call it as first rank. This is the first rank. And next to that is the second rank. You can see in sideways, it is the second rank. And likewise, this is the third rank. Okay. So likewise, we have till 8th rank. 8th rank. Okay, 8 ranks we have in total. So basically, we have 8 files and 8 ranks. So there are total 64 squares in chessboard. Okay. Okay, now you know the files and the ranks, right? So is anybody having any questions in the files and ranks so far? Okay, the vertical lines are known as files. Okay. Manaya Singh, the vertical lines are known as files. Okay. And Raina Malhotra, the king is the most important piece, because if you lose the king, you will lose the game. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. So now if I ask you what is the name of the square, it's very easy to spot. All you need to do is just check the square is placed on which rank. I mean, which file first. First, the file. Can anyone tell me which file the square is placed on? So file, you see the vertical lines where the queen is placed on, there's a straight vertical line, right? So that will be the file. So the file is supposed to be this one. So this is the E file. And we'll draw a sideline. Here we can see this is the rank. Okay. So E file and the fourth rank. So first we mention the name of the file, that is E, and the name of the rank, that is 4. And the next square is, this is known as B file, because it's the file name. You look down, first you look down which file, it's B, and look side. You'll see the number, B file. Likewise, if I ask you this, first look down, it is the G file, and then look side. It is the 6th rank, so G6. Okay, students, now you're going to tell me the name of the squares. Okay, so I'll ask you some questions. Okay, students, tell me what is the name of this square? Yes, Devansh Panwar, there are diagonals also, but first let me complete this, then we will come to the diagonals. Okay. So what is the name of this square? Yes, students, you can write your answers. So what is the name of the square? First look down which file it is placed on, then look sideways and which rank. Then you can tell me the name of the square. Yes, students, what is it? Yes, students, you can tell me. So E4. So most of you got it right. E4. And what will be the name of this square then? Yes, students, what will be the name of this square then? This one. Just look down and then sideways.
Yes, Arnav Jain, C5, Avika Bansal, right. Sumain is C5. They have just written, and the Sumain is C5.
Yeah. And Rhythm Chada, you have written slightly wrong. The red color square which I marked. Check that once again. Okay. So most of you have written it.
Yeah,
right.
Sumain, what you have just written is in 5C. So the correct for notation for the file is C5. You need to just write down C5 instead of 5C. Sumail, just correct yourself. It is not in 5C, it is C5.
Okay, students. C5 and this C4. And what about this, students? The green color square. First look down, then look side. Prachit Gupta. Yes, students. Yes. Ayush Tashak G5. Mohammed Munif G5. Yes, Laksh Mahajan G5. Shivanjani said G5. Okay, a lot of you have written the answers correctly. Very good. Okay, and what about this square then? Yes, students, this one. Yes, B3. What about this one? Yes, students. That is F6. Okay. So now I will just explain you one more thing. We have seen the sidelines I mean the vertical lines and the horizontal lines, just to know the name of the squares. Okay, but there are also some other lines. Let's say I'm marking the square. This is D5, and let's say there are some cross lines connecting this. These cross lines, or the cross lines in chess, are known as diagonals. Okay, so these are the diagonals. Can you see that, students? The cross lines in chess are known as the diagonals. Okay, so now I'm just going to explain you about the knight, because most of you, for you, it's very easy to understand how the queen moves. If you want to know the queen moves, it's very simple. The queen is placed on which square? Tell me the name of the square where the queen is placed on. Yes, the queen is placed on C4. And if you want to know how the queen moves, it's very easy. See, the queen moves anywhere in the file, rank, and diagonal, from where it is placed. Any square, anywhere in the files, rank, and diagonal. For example, you see the queen is placed here. It can go anywhere in this file, right? And it can go anywhere in the rank. And it can go anywhere in the diagonal. So this is the function of the queen. You see, the queen can just go there if it wants. If it wants, it can go anywhere in the. It can go anywhere in the file. Here too, if it wants, it can come here. See, it can go anywhere in the diagonal. It can go anywhere in the rank. So it's very easy. The queen, it's basically moves anywhere on the files, rank, and diagonal. Okay. Likewise, the rook is also very easy to learn, because rook, that's why the queen is given 9 points, but you see the rook is just only 5 points. Why? Because if I ask you how the rook will move, see, the rook will move anywhere in the files and rank. Only that's it. It can move anywhere in the diagonal. You can move any number of squares within this range. So it's very simple, the rook. The next one is the bishop. You know, this is the very less value. The value is very, very less. It's only 3 points. 3 points is too low. Okay, the bishop, that's because the bishop is placed on the white color. So that means it can move only on the white color diagonal throughout the game. It cannot shift to any color. It can move only on the light squares. So therefore the value is the value is 3. And okay, next one which I'm going to show you is the knight. Okay, other pieces are very easy to know. Queen, check the value. Value is 9. That means it moves on the files, rank, and diagonal. Check the rook. Value is only 5. So that means it can move only on the files and rank. And check the bishop. The value is only 3. That means it can move only on the diagonals. Okay, now we are going to see a different piece. So knight is a different kind of piece, even though it's not a very powerful piece, but it's definitely a different piece which has a power which no other pieces are having. Okay, so you would have heard a lot of people saying, when you ask how the knight moves, they will say it's L shape. That is true only. But practically, to cover 8 squares, it is very difficult, even if you know the L shape. There are 8 squares where the knight can jump around. Okay, and to know that 8 squares, it will take a lot of time. So I'm just going to show you a shortcut method to learn the knight easily. So first, we will study the 4 directions. So let's assume this is north, this is south, and this is west, and this is east. Okay, these lines have nothing to do with the knight moves, but this is, I'm just giving an example. Okay, so there are 4 directions. Okay, so let's assume in north direction, how many squares the knight moves. The knight first of all, the knight is placed on the light square. Whenever the knight is placed on the light square, students, you need to remember the knight will go to the dark square only, the next move. From the light square, the knight always moves to the dark square. Okay, so let's see in north direction how many squares the knight can move. Each direction, the knight can move only 2 steps. 2 steps in each direction. If it's north direction, 2 steps in the north. In the south, it's 2 directions. In the west, it is 2. In the east, it is 2. Okay, let's assume the north direction. You already know the knight has to jump to the other color, because from white color, it can never jump to white color. So in the north, it goes 1, 2 straight, and then take a turn. one here, and one here. And in south, 1, 2 straight, 2 squares straight, and take a turn. One here and one here. Okay, in west, 1, 2 straight, and then take a turn. One here, and one here. Okay, in the east, 1, 2 straight, and take a turn. One here, and one here. Now you see, the knight can jump 8 squares. Can you see that, students? So let me just remove all the arrows to make it more simple. Okay, now let's see. See, in each direction, 2 directions. So let's assume north. We'll go 1, 2 step and take a turn. That's it. And here also take a turn. 2 squares possible. In south, 1, 2 steps straight and take a turn. One here and take a turn. One here. And in the east, go 2 steps straight. 1, 2 and take a turn here and then take a turn here. And in the west, go 2 steps straight. 1, 2 and take a turn here and then take a turn here. And you will find that you will be able to cover all the squares easily. In all direction, go 2 steps straight and then take a turn. Okay, students, is that clear? Now you see, it can jump over 8 squares from there. It can go there, it wants, or it can jump here, it wants, or even it can go here, or here, or here, or here. Can you see that, students? Is anybody having any doubt in the knight moves? Yes, students, you can write in the chat box. I mean, you can write there in the answers, question and answers. So does anybody have any other doubt? Okay, students. Okay, somebody has asked that we can never kill the king. That's true. You see, you cannot, let's say the knight is here, it is attacking the king. And your opponent didn't see, he moved something else. At any cost, you should not capture the king and take it away. King is not a piece to be captured. Like the other pieces, the king is not a piece to be captured. And if you do capture the king, in some tournaments like FIDE, you know, in rapid and blitz tournament, it is considered as a loss. In the year 2019, somebody did that. They did capture the king because their opponent didn't see that when he played a check. So the other player just moved something else. And the player who given check captured the king and he was declared loss. Okay. Even though he was winning, he was declared loss. Why? Because king is not a piece that we captured. Okay, students? Any other rules you want to know? The horse is called as the knight. Okay, somebody has asked the horse is called as knight. Okay, why the horse is called as knight? Okay, because in war, you know, they use the knight. The knight are the people with the long spear in the hand. They will have a very long spear and they will be in the night. You know, these Russians use the knight. There will be long, the men will be sitting on the horse with a long kind of spear. So that they will use, okay, so they will use that weapon. So that's why it's called as the knight. Okay, the Russians used that, and once what happened, there was a war between the Russia and the France. So King Napoleon, that this happened in 1975 to somewhere within 80s. Okay, so Russia had a huge war with the France, and the King Napoleon's army invaded the Russia, but they lost very badly. They were around some 6 million soldiers, but when they came back, there were only 90,000 people who were alive. Okay, but that time, how did they lose? Was because Russians used the knight to win the battle. So that is one example. So, okay, any other questions, students? Yes, Nikhil Suri, what's your exact question? Yes, knight can jump over pieces. Yes, students, the knight can jump over all the pieces. It is the only piece it can jump, whether it's tall piece or short piece, it doesn't matter, it can jump over it. Okay, any other questions, students? Rook. Rook is this one. The corner, okay. These are the forces. Like in Indian Shadran, they call this the elephant, but this is a traditional name is this is called Rook. And the Rook is in the corner, you see? That is called Rook. Okay, Rooks. These are called Rook. Okay. Any other questions, students? Will Nepomniachtchi play Carlsen with the Russian flag? Yes, maybe. That we cannot exactly say what is he going to do, but mostly he will play with the Russian flag only. Nepomniachtchi is a Russian player only. Any other questions, students? Yes, it is true. We can checkmate in 2 moves, but we cannot force. Only if your opponent plays extremely weak, then you can checkmate. For example, let's say they play f4 and you play e6 and they move the king side pawns without any, they move it carelessly, then we can, it is possible to mate in 2. You see, queen h4 comes. It is to checkmate in 2. Yes, students, any other questions? Yes, students, if you have any other questions, you can ask me. Yes, black and white king will be in the same line. Yes, Sachin sir.
Yeah, I think if Lakshmi sir, if you can just give a couple of puzzles, for them to solve. I'm sure there would be many intermediate students as well.
Yes, students. So I'll be showing you a couple of puzzles. Like will be like not very difficult. Basically, some mating patterns. Okay. So some simple checkmates. I'm just going to okay, students. I'll just share it. You can try to solve. Then I will just give you another puzzles also. So is anybody is able to solve this? Yes, students, you can write your answers in the chat box. I'll be giving another puzzles also. Yes, sir. Okay, students, you can take this as a homework and you can try to solve this. So this will be challenging for all the levels. Why? Because it's every move is forced. When you have forced moves, it's always good.
Okay. Yeah, we can try. Lakshmi, we can try here. Let's. I'm not sure whether we'll have a chance again for these students because this is demo session. Yeah. So let's try to solve this here only. Let me see if I can get the answer. Doesn't matter if they get a wrong answer. Okay, some of the students giving queen to f7. Okay, queen to g8, knight to f6.
There are a lot of defenders. I just put a lot of defenders, so it could suit all the levels.
Yeah. Okay. So one thing is there. Okay. So there is a fork coming as well. Hopefully everyone can see that. There's a knight on d5, which can give a attack. Okay. To a king and a queen. And there's only one move there available. Okay. Okay. So how many moves? This is checkmate, Professor?
This will take around some 6 moves.
6 moves.
Probably.
Okay. Okay. 6 moves is a
Like most
tricky
of the-
one.
But
Yeah.
most
So
of the
let's see.
moves-
Let's see if someone got the first move right. Let's see if someone got the first move right, and then we can expand. Yeah. Because 6 moves is too much for the beginners. Okay.
But students, and also one more thing, like most of the lines will be 2 moves checkmate. Only one line is 6 moves. For example, let me just give you one simple clue. Okay, you just play here. So this position is very good because it will make you think. Wherever you try to come, always there will be some defenders. Okay, so that is the important thing. You try to mate him, but always there will be some defenders defending that, some weak spots, you see, including this bishop.
Okay. So most of the students giving their answers. Okay. Move horse to x6. I think most of the students are able to spot that. G6. Some of them saying G6. Okay, G6 is like, you could see that knight is protecting the G6 square. Okay. So if you want to take that the queen, your queen will be lost. F6 seems to be a good move. At least you are giving a fork, if not a checkmate. Yeah. Okay. So Lakshmi sir, if you just quickly give the solution to them as well.
Students, you can see here knight f6, a sacrifice just to clear the line, to make the piece active. So if they capture, the bishop comes here. And right now they have to capture this. If they don't do, and if they go king f8, we have another bishop getting there to h6, and there's a check. So king can't really move. The bishop has to block, and we capture with the queen or with the bishop. Beautiful mate with the 2 bishops, giving chance for the minor pieces to mate. And let's say we give a check here, and they did capture with a knight. We can capture with the queen. So they will just try to move there. We can just give a check here. So they have to shield, and we will just give another check here. So they have to block. This piece isn't pinned, and this isn't pinned. Both are in absolute pin. They can't move. Then the knight jumps here, breaking the coordination. The king goes there. Queen captures queen, bishop captures, and the rook gets there. You can take a screenshot of this if you feel confusing it, and you can go through this.
Yeah, I think this is a good one. I think students, if you can take the screenshot, you can just explore how the entire position took place. So I think this is the starting position, and you can see there are various positions. Yeah, positions
so
emerging.
Variant, you can take a screenshot of this one, and I can also give you the second variation of this. You want to take a screenshot?
Yeah.
So the second one, if you remember, it's okay. You can just through the whole.
Okay, so I think we need to now wind up as a just reminder. So students, chess is a wonderful sport, and remember, it allows you to not only be better in your studies. It actually helps in your concentration, helps in your patience level. It's very good for your logical thinking. Yeah, and also gives you a chance to represent your country. Okay, and so we'll be having this course enrolled, and our academy will have a team of former state champions. So this will allow you to learn from the best. And just a reminder from Lakshmi Narayan sir, he's a candidate master and a FIDE rating of 2200. So it's a very senior rating and a senior coach. In fact, he's a coach of an IM, Vignesh, and GM Visa. So and he's a former Tamil Nadu state champion as well. So it's really your opportunity to really learn from one of the best. Okay, so all the best, and over to you, Pierre.
Thank you, Lakshmi sir and Sachin sir, for a great session. And thank you everyone for attending the session. See you soon, guys. Be safe and take care.